So I was browsing TikTok the other day, before the ban, obviously, if that did come in, and I saw something which made me think a little bit. It was a content creator who was throwing shade and making a point about other content creators milking drama on social media for content for weeks on end. And it got me thinking. And, for real though, there's a lot of shit that happens on social media. Personal beefs to little squabbles to actual big things that people kind of want to be aware of. And of course, people create content and are likely going to see that and want to talk about it. And people who are seeing it are also going to want to talk about it by watching a video on it. And it could be is this really a bad thing? Is this really something we want to go attacking? This is kind of inbuilt into our society and culture as a whole. It's not even just furries that are guilty of it. So, is this really a stone you want to go throwing in this glass house? Because the whole fucking thing will come down if you do, I promise. And if you don't believe me, let me prove it to you. Now, first of all, there is clearly a big difference between people zeroing in on personal little beefs and little squabbles that don't really need people to give a shit about unless you're involved in it, and people calling out big societal issues within this fandom that we potentially, all need to be aware of. There is a big difference in that, but it all kind of gets muddied up together when you talk about people exploiting drama. Now, isn't that the fucking case? Because people do. There's a lot of shit that happens on social media, and there's a lot of stuff that people want to talk about, and when we see the social stuff has the fallout, then we all just decide oh, well, that's fucking interesting. I don't really know these people, but hey, if I can see that someone else is actually a dick, then that's enjoyable content, right? But here's the thing. It's very important for us to be aware of certain systemic issues that are happening within this fandom, and that's what a lot of people actually do. It's not exploiting drama, it's pointing at someone and going, they're ripping off their customers. This person is targeting their fans and trying to exploit them for their own gratification. That's not exploiting drama. That's a fucking public service. That's exposing people. That's saying, these are dangers. These are things that you want to be aware of. And if we have to deal with a few assholes who are always going to be around to do the worst thing in their fucking nature and point at the crowd, then maybe it's a price worth paying, because we don't really want the people that go out and expose these dangerous individuals in our fandom to be too scared of what people might think of their content to actually do that. And then all of these toxic assholes just get away with it scot-free, right? Now, on the opposite side of this issue, there is, of course, the fact that this shit works. You can get pissy at content creators for exploiting drama and milking it for content, but they wouldn't do it if it didn't fucking work. People love seeing a shitstorm. They love seeing a fight from a distance. It's just primal, okay? It's lizard brain mentality. People absolutely love watching that shit, and they do. Go and look at the fucking numbers, okay? You can sit there and talk about how much you love these fursuit makers, and that's lovely. Oh, what a cute little video. But if you also then deliver an hour-long video essay on why this particular person is a cunt and all of the cuntish things they have done, guess which one of those is going to be more watched? Guess which one of those is going to have more engagement? Okay? You can say that it's bad that people do this shit, but you're just as bad for liking it. And honestly, is it bad? We're talking about content creators here, and we all love supporting artists and content creators, right? That's what the fandom's all about, right? When it's on your fucking terms, clearly. They're here trying to make a living, they're here trying to make a following. For some of these people, clicks means cash. Views means being able to buy food this month. So what? They see a thing that will allow those clicks to flood in and will have lots of people watching, and they're supposed to not do it because of what? Morals? Okay, I get that certain things should be taboo and you shouldn't just be a complete cunt about it, but the nature of the beast is that whatever people will watch and talk about is what will earn you money. And people are gonna fucking do that because it works. It fucking works. Hell, this might be working for me right now because I'm doing the exact same thing and I'll have fucking admit to it, okay? It's good economics. Something happened that was dramatic in the fandom. That caused a content creator to make a video about it, which caused this person to make a TikTok about that content creator, which caused me to make a video about that TikToker, about that content creator, about that person. Look at the economics of that. One single act has generated a shitload of positive engagement for us all. You really think that's a bad thing? I don't really see it that way. This is the nature of the beast. This is the game we all choose to play. And whether you like it or not, you do kind of need to hate the game, not the player. Another point I want to make is that this is nothing new. This has been happening for decades, centuries at this fucking point, okay? We're not the first to have invented this. People have always liked this shit. Have you not seen a tabloid? Have you not seen celebrity culture? People have always been going through and just looking at all the dirt on the floor and saying, right, print that, print that, print that. People will care about that. How many fucking useless piece of shit celebrities do we not actually know what the fuck they do, but we do know that they split up with their person and broke that other person apart so that they can go and steal their man? Hell, my fucking royal family in the UK is the exact same shit. No one cares about them, really, but we do like reading the juicy gossip when someone says something snarky. It's not just us that have been doing this shit. And I'm not saying that it's good, and I'm not saying that I agree that everybody should be doing this, or that it's a good or moral or ethical way to create content. What I am saying is that if you decide you want to target furries for it, there's a shitload of people in front of us that you should be targeting first. We were not the originators of this particular problem, okay? There was plenty of people who've been throwing shit before us. I guess my final point in all of this would be, so what? Like, now what? Let's say, hypothetically, we eradicated this content from the platform, and it was no longer a thing. Now what? What do we replace it with? What's the end goal here? You know, when you make a point about content creators exploiting drama and milking it and all of that jazz, what goal do you have in mind? Because to me, it seems like you're doing the same fucking thing. It seems like you're a hypocrite, if anything, and one that's unable to admit it. So what exactly is the fucking goal? Do you want us all to be held to a higher standard? Do you want us to not be vultures and voyeurs? Because, I mean, a TikTok isn't going to change human behavior. Sorry to break it to you. Did you not like that people are calling this stuff out? Have you not seen some of the things that have been called out? Like, there's real, true, investigative, I can't even say that word properly, journalism going on in this fandom. The likes of which have taken down Kiro and many other fucking people who have been straight up abusive and doing really bad things. And is that not them exploiting? Is that not them exploiting their followers to be able to make this shit happen? Is it a bad thing? I don't really understand the point you're trying to make. It's like saying, you know, content creators getting a fursuit so that people will watch their fursuit content. Yeah! That's the game! What's the fucking deal with that? What's the problem? Honestly, it baffles me. It really does, because it seemed like such a stupid fucking point to make. It's just like, oh, I can't believe that these football players are picking up a ball and throwing it around and scoring points. Like, bitch, if you don't like that, don't go to the fucking game. And I guess that's the fucking point. I get that we all want to be sunshine and rainbows, and we all want to be lovely, precious little people who always get along, but also peaceful and nice. But I'm sorry, I don't live in that world, because I don't think it exists. I live in the real world, where people are bastards. And I'm much happier for knowing that than living in blissful ignorance and dealing with the consequences of it, because I couldn't see what game I was fucking playing, and I lost. This is just the fucking nature of the beast. If you want it all to be removed, then I guess remove it all from yourself as well, because you're just as fucking bad. And honestly, I think that's what it really comes down to. You don't like people who exploit this drama, you don't like yourself, and you don't like the fact that you enjoy it too. It's your guilty little pleasure, and you wish that it wasn't so, but it is. And you can't target yourself for this, so we'll target someone else. Man, this video came out way more pointed than I fucking thought it would, but I guess I had shit to say. Oh well, I'll exploit something else next week, I'm sure. I think at the end of the day, it really comes down to the point that this content creator doesn't like that people exploit drama and doesn't like that people enjoy that stuff, but ultimately, I would go further to say, you don't like yourself, because you do the same. We all do the same. We're all voyeuristic. We all like seeing this sort of stuff, even if we want to pretend we don't, even if we can't admit it to ourselves. It's just how we're wired. And is it shitty? Is it scummy? Yeah, sometimes it is. And is it, immoral? Of course it can be. But is it going to stop? Is it fuck? People like seeing this stuff, and they always have, and they always will. We like seeing shitty celebrities that we don't like being called out and being like, oh, see, I was right. It was right for me not to like you in the first place. People are always going to do that, and you can judge them all you want and act as if you're on some moral superiority hill, but I hope that's a hill you're ready to die on, because you fucking will. You will not last there, okay? You're just as bad as the rest of us. At least we cop to it, okay? But thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed me exploiting that drama for content and milking it, which is exactly what I did, and I will admit that, then there's other places where I do the exact same fucking thing. I also show my feet. So maybe go and check those out. Maybe you'd enjoy that. Who knows? Maybe you wouldn't. Who knows? But click the links and find out. There's also ways you can pay me and shit down there as well. There's Amazon wishlist and shit. So if you watched this video so much you want to buy me a $2,600 lens, feel free to do so. Never going to happen, but it's always worth a try. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I guess goodbye. Whatever. Yeah, video is now over. I'm done. Bye.